Hey friends, it's Jen. Here I am for another weekly vlog, and today I'm going to talk about the idea of foreboding joy. And those words, that phrase, comes from my ultimate hero, Brene Brown, which I talk to a lot of my friends and family and clients about. So if you don't know about her, she's an amazing PhD LCSW researcher. She's done a lot of research on shame, vulnerability, courage, worthiness, and she has three great books. Her most recent one is really awesome, called Daring Greatly, and she has two incredible TED Talks. And you can find links to all of her stuff on my website at www.beluminouscounseling.com. That's beluminouscounseling.com. And on the resources page, I have a lot of her stuff. And it's looking like I'm going to be able to get some training from her soon and finally meet her, but I'll tell you guys about that later. Needless to say, I'm pretty excited. So she talks a lot about foreboding joy. And this is the idea of that joy and happiness is actually one of the hardest and most vulnerable emotions that we have. And I know that probably sounds crazy and sort of counterintuitive, but think about in the times in your life that you've been feeling really happy and kind of calm and peaceful and like, wow, that's really awesome. And that feeling of like, oh, something bad's about to happen, or waiting for the other shoe to drop. That sort of feeling comes around, and you feel like you have more to lose once we start gaining something. So that is this sort of idea of foreboding joy. And I have that happening right now in my life, which, trust me, I am not complaining about. But it made me want to talk about it today. So what's going on for me is that things are actually going really well. Really, really well. My business is going so well. I just moved into my brand new office. I'm decorating it this weekend. I'm having a blast. I'm just in love with it. It's like it's just wonderful. I'm so happy about it, and I'm getting great clients, and I'm just doing really well, and I'm having fun. I love my work. I love my work. It's amazing. And I just started dating somebody who's really rad, and I won't go into too much detail about that because it's still very new, and I want to keep that kind of, close to my heart. But that is really a great thing for me, as I've really struggled, finding the right partner over the last few years. And the fact that it's going so well is really awesome, and it scares the crap out of me, right? Because it's sort of like, wow, this is really going well, and this is really going well, and this is really going well, and why isn't there something going wrong, And I don't want anything to go wrong, of course, but I've noticed that I have this sense of like waiting for the other shoe to drop, because trust me, overall, I've had an amazing life. I'm not going to sit here and complain and say that I've just always had crappy things happen to me, because it's just not true. But I have struggled through stuff. I lost my father at a fairly young age. Somewhat young, not a child, but early 20s, and that broke my heart, and has just, caused me a lot of grief over the years, and still does in many ways. And, I had some stuff happen when I was a kid that were challenged. It was a little bit challenging, and, I've gone through sort of the normal-ish struggles of life, right? Like, I've struggled with depression and anxiety, and I've gone through it. I've been in it, and I've worked really, really hard to get through those times. And what I do is I tend to really look at things from a standpoint of no regrets, and, oh, I lost myself for a second. My screensaver came on. No regrets, and an idea of that everything happens for a reason. And I know a lot of you out there don't believe that, and I totally support that. But for me, that's how I get through my tough times, is by seeing where the lesson can be. What can I learn from this mistake, or this thing that happened to me where I feel like a victim, or whatever? How can I turn it around and make it to be a positive thing in my life? That doesn't mean that I look back on everything and think it's positive. Don't really think that it's positive that my dad died. I really wish he was here. And I've used it to my advantage in being able to understand what it's like to lose somebody, to be able to appreciate that life is short, to be able to appreciate my friends and family that I have now and love them every day. And so I live my life from a huge place of gratitude. And yet, what's interesting, what I'm noticing that I'm doing, is I actually had sort of a little dream, kind of the theta state, like dream this morning, where I was sort of half awake, dozing and dreaming. And what happened was that I was in my dreams sort of thinking, I need something bad to be happening right now because I'm not learning anything. Somehow I'm not growing because I'm having a good experience. And when I woke up, I was like, wow, really? That's what I'm thinking? That is so interesting. Why do I think that I need to like be struggling to be learning and growing? Like that's not necessarily the case. And why do I even really need to be learning and growing constantly? The thing is I am learning and growing from this experience because here I am vlogging about it. I'm learning to be able to like really accept the good things in my life and just know that I'm worthy of them and that I deserve them, and to have gratitude about them, to appreciate every moment that I have with them, because we never know what life is going to bring us. We never know when we're going to lose everything, or we're going to lose our own life, or someone that we love is going to die. We just don't know what's going to happen. We have no clue. And so all we have is the present moment, and being able to appreciate that for what it is and appreciate what you have, even if you barely have anything positive going on right now. Think about the things that you do have. And that's how you deal with the idea of foreboding joy. If you've got good things in your life, or you're kind of on the verge of that, and it scares you and it keeps you stuck, like the idea of doing something that might actually make you happy, like pursuing a dream that you have, or taking a big risk, or maybe getting out of a relationship that's not good for you. But the idea of that is so scary, beyond the fear of getting out of your comfort zone, but the idea of you actually being happy, it's way deep down there. It's that fear of success thing, and people think that that's impossible, but it's human nature. We are scared to have things that we want, because what it means is that we have way more to lose, and that's really scary. So we keep ourselves stuck, or we look at the good things and we think, okay, where's the bad stuff? So just, I don't know, food for thought for today. And I'm going to be practicing it for myself, and being in this place of full gratitude and appreciating everything that I have right now, and doing the most that I can with it, and just going with the flow. So yeah, that's my offering for you guys today, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.